Top down, see way back. Riding all through the city with a bad one. Tell me why I gotta be like that. Cause you can't live your dream unless you I just wanna wake up with all these pretty women around me. And I don't wanna wake up if this ain't really how it's gonna be.
All right, welcome one and all to the Today in Millenia podcast. Some may say the most important podcast on the planet. I don't know if anyone said that yet, but someone might. And I'm joined, of course, across from me and to my left, needing no introduction. That's what I said last time. Number 4 in your programs, people. Number 1 in your hearts, Miss Maheen Sabani. Welcome back to the show. Are you glad to be back? We finally made it?
I'm so excited to be back.
Okay, good. And then, of course, sitting across from me, I hope he's from Puerto La Playa. Probably not. It's a nice sounding place, though. Hailing all the way from the great city of Brentwood, New York, via Puerto La Playa, Puerto Rico, Alexio Fast Times Rivera.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, sir.
From Bayamong, actually.
Bayamong. So now you know. So I'll try to work that one into.
I'm also half Honduran.
I'll try to work that into what we're doing. You're half Honduran. Okay, so I might need a whole new nickname for you next week. All right, so
born
that's
in
fine.
New Jersey.
So next week, you're born in New Jersey. All right, but you lived in Brentwood now?
Yeah,
You went to school in Bayshore, or you live there now?
Yeah.
It's the only
right.
true part.
Listen, now that's I don't mind it because that's even more exciting because then I can just make a whole bunch of different names up. So now I have just more information to make more names up. I hope everyone had a good week. Hopefully you guys had a good week. You guys have anything to intro with, or should we just start the show?
Yeah, no, I think we could get started.
Yeah,
All right, cool. What do we got on the agenda today?
A lot of fun things to talk about. A lot of things happened this week. But
I'm sorry, and I'm already failing, and my phone's on there. I'm sorry. Corrections, I promised. So that's what I want to intro with.
Corrections. That's what the intro is.
Yes, that's the intro.
We're
Every
gonna
week.
call this section Corrections Corner.
Corrections Corner. So here we go. So I have corrections from last week. Get your Google open. I was confusing Kamala Harris with the third Munchketeer. It's actually Tlaib. I just don't know her first name, and I don't want to be disrespectful and not say her first name. So Tlaib, there were 3 girls together: Kamala Harris, AOC, and Tlaib. Put those 3 names in. I don't know the girl's first name.
What?
There it is. What's her name?
This one?
No?
Tlaib Congresswoman.
Yeah. What's her first name?
Rashida
Tlaib. So I'm very sorry. That was the Muslim woman that I was talking about. She's also out though.
When you said corrections corner, I thought you were going to correct yourself about how Trump did not have a 94% approval rate with Republicans, and that was a hoax.
Yeah, he did.
Did not.
Oh, well, there's a better correction. Wait, so that was a hoax?
It was a hoax.
So I wasn't lying. I just got false information.
You got false information
from the rest of the media.
From Trump.
That lies to everyone. Do you see what I'm trying to say here? Well, if Trump's making up the lie, I'll take that. But I'm sorry for that. So no 94% approval rating. I bet you it's pretty high, though.
I guarantee you.
I would assume it's pretty high. My second correction is the hotel that the Saudis stayed in was not out of the country. It was in the country. So it was not in Moscow. It was in the country. And then my third one was that I cut Beanie off all the time. My own mother told me. So I had to stop cutting people off. So I'm sorry for that. And I don't think I had any other correct. Oh, yeah. We just apologize for the shitty production. But that I apologize for the next few weeks going forward.
Yeah,
We're learning.
As we ease into what we're doing here. So that's all I have for corrections. Sorry about that. That's her though. Rashida Tlaib. She is Muslim.
This lady here.
She's out though too. She's not doing it. I don't think she was running. She was just kind of like a running mate of whoever would last the longest, I believe.
Yeah.
She was kind of like the odd one out. Kamala Harris and AOC are pretty feisty women. They took the spotlight a lot of times.
Yeah. Feisty is a good word.
Feisty's a good word for it, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I guess we'll start off with, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
We just give our opinions on certain topics that happened throughout the week. I don't want to lead with politics. A few people said, "Hey, are you guys talking about politics?" Like, no, we're not political. We just talk. That was just the headline. So instead, I want to lead.
Well, yeah, no, we're political.
Yeah, I mean, but that's not all we talk about.
No, it's not all we talk about.
So that's what people thought it was.
But yes. Your fragile ears can't hear a differing opinion, though. This is not the podcast for you.
Oh, absolutely not.
That's for sure. So don't lead with politics. I like that.
So I don't want to lead with politics.
I don't think we should lead with them or end with them because they suck.
Facts. Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna lead with Lizzo's big ass. So let me just break this down. Let me just break this down for you guys.
I'm going
Lizzo went to courtside at a Lakers game. Showed up with a big black t-shirt and her big old booty hanging out the back end. Now, my opinion of this is that people could do whatever they want to do. Honestly, I don't care. However, the context, the area, the place that you're doing it in matters. And if I'm online at a Lakers game waiting to get my burger
with maybe your 6-year-old,
with my baby nephew, my baby niece next to me, and this big old booty's just hanging out the back end, it doesn't matter if it's a dude's booty, a girl's booty, someone in between, you shouldn't do it. If not at a basketball game, do it at a club. I don't care.
No, yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go.
You're gonna hold yourself in. I mean, I agree, and I love Lizzo. I do love Lizzo. I'm all about the message of body positivity and all of it. But you're right, they're at a game. But can we just take a second to talk about that man's face? Come on.
That's so funny, right? All right, so I love Lizzo too. Like, I think that she is she makes bangers, dude.
Bangers,
and my favorite one is Blame It on My Juice. That one never plays anymore, but that was what got me into Lizzo. So I'm big into Lizzo. I think she's a hit maker. I think that anyone who's a hit maker, I feel you, But the problem is, if this girl was not what politically correct would be plus size, right? Is that the nice way to say it? If she was not plus size and she was like a size 1, like some smoke show chick that like you would put on in a magazine, you walk in like that, you'll never hear the end of it. You're a slut, you're fucking putting it out there, you're showing off, you're flaunting it. So that's my only problem with it. Like, I get it. I'm a big girl, let me show what's going on. Like, I'm with that. But the problem is just like, it's praised if she does it. And then if someone else were to do it, they would be, ripped to pieces.
Well, let me just say too, if it was a smoke show standing in front of me at the line, I wouldn't be like, I wouldn't be like, oh, I'd be like, damn. But I still cover my niece and nephew's eyes.
Yeah, that's my point. It's the same. I don't know. It's the same degree of indecent exposure, except for it's just the only thing that differs is how the media covers it.
Yeah.
One girl's a slut. One girl is showing her thing.
But even then, like, for a lot of people, this is a smoke show. Because she is voluptuous and she is bootylicious.
I'm all about that too. I'm all about that too. My thing, and listen, I could be 100% wrong. I could sound like an asshole. That's what we got the email for. But my thing is, I don't think that the response would have been as good had install anyone else. Install any other.
At first it was bad, actually. At first it was bad. A few
install
outlets,
Cardi B.
Yeah.
Forget about it. I mean, you're not gonna hit the end of it. And she's over the top, anyways. Always with the boobies out.
She'll
and
take
she
somebody's
would
eye
still.
out with her, but
yeah, she would. But she would still hear a lot of stuff. And then if you take somebody who doesn't have the image of Cardi B and she decided to do that, torn apart. Bad example for girls. What are you trying to do? It would it's a whole different story.
How fast do you think they would have kicked me out if it was my butt?
And that's the other side of it.
How fast?
So quickly.
So fast.
So quickly.
You think I would have got to the front door?
No.
That's the other side of it. If your ass was out in the ashless t-shirt,
with that thong, even in my underwear.
Yeah, I think even if boxer shorts or tight whities on with a t-shirt cut open, yeah, you probably get thrown out pretty quickly.
Easy, right?
Or beat up.
Or beat up.
Yeah,
probably
one
faster.
of the two. You probably get beat up.
Not in LA. I don't think I get beat up in LA. Maybe like Boston.
Yeah, but I don't think she might get beat up in Boston. Who knows? But whatever. I'm all about anybody doing whatever they want to do. My whole point was just the response. I just think the response would have been different had it not been Lizzo. Boy, oh boy, is she a fan of Karl Anthony Towns, huh?
Oh yeah.
She was fucking drooling over there. I can see that. Like, I think that's, like I said, I don't think she's a bad looking girl, and I do think that, but I think that it's like, they can't say those mean things to her, because that would be too mean, because she is a little bit bigger. Yes, she's a smoke show to some people. Fuck, I did it. But she'd still, like, they couldn't say what they would say to someone, whatever.
Yeah.
Skinnier.
For sure.
Whatever. They couldn't say the same things to her, or it would be so mean, so the response, I just think, is different. Like, and I don't...
Are you tippy-toeing around the word skinny?
I don't know. I'm tippy-toe around everything these days. Skinny, like fucking emaciated, I'll just say meaner words then. I'll say over-the-top meaner words, and I'll just make up
Let's
words.
be honest. If a skinny, emaciated, size 1, like you said it, was doing that, there'd be no booty.
Yeah, I'm talking about the perfect... Alright, so anyone at home, just picture the perfect girl you'd want to be wearing that outfit, put them in that outfit, pictures of backlash.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's what I'm saying. One of these Instagram snaps to chat chicks, whatever they do.
I think we should, all three of us, show up to the next place we go to.
If you go to the Knicks game like that, you can
we should
stay.
go to the holiday party like that.
Like that?
No.
Oh yeah, that sounds like
Not
a great
even
idea.
little bit.
So, all right, Lizzo, good for you. Keep making music. I mean, put your ass back in now.
For the next one, I don't have like a clip of it just because everybody knows what it is, which is just the articles of impeachment going to the House. My opinion is that nothing's going to come from it. It's just going to be a distraction, a waste of resources. They don't have any Republicans on board. Nobody's going to vote on this. Nothing's going to happen. And by the way, articles of impeachment, all it means is that you're being charged with something. It doesn't mean you're guilty of it.
Right.
That's all it means.
Yeah.
So it still has to go through a process of it being, of it going through trial.
Yeah, the House. The House would have to fully impeach him first, and then he'd have to get tossed over to the Senate. You know, Clinton was never impeached by the Senate. He, you know, and I think even Nixon wasn't impeached by the Senate. I think he stepped down after the House impeached him. So I don't think anyone's ever been fully impeached. Maybe
no one's
one
ever.
guy.
I think 4 times in history
The impeachment process even happened.
Started. Yeah. Nobody's ever been fully removed.
And
I don't think.
my whole problem with it, and I know we talked about it last week, and whether Alexia doesn't think it's going through at all. I think they got a good shot at it, and I think that if they put it through the House, I just feel like they're trying to do something where they can make it so he can't enter re-election or something.
Andrew Yang doesn't think he sees it as a non-issue. He's like it's a waste of time.
He says the non-issue.
He's like he should definitely pay for it, but he's not gonna.
Yeah, I just think it's a little bit unprecedented. I don't think we've ever had a president where you were actively looking for him to be impeached. Like nobody's ever done. That's not what impeachment laws are. Impeachment laws are a protection against a president doing something illegal or doing something wrong that falls within these impeachment laws. It's not something that you can use to go ahead and search out or seek out a way to impeach him. That's not what impeachment laws are for. Like that's what they do in Game of Thrones. Like that's not what we do in this country. You know what I mean? It's just a terrible, terrible idea.
I think in Game of Thrones it's first they sleep with your mom.
Yeah, well, whatever, you know, Game of
Thrones.
Thrones. I'd rather it be like Game of Thrones, but the idea of trying to, because they can do it either way. Even if a Democratic president gets voted in, then what the Republicans can spend the next 4 years just trying to dig up something good enough to get him impeached. It sounds silly to me. It doesn't sound fun. What do you think?
I mean, I feel like I agree in a sense where, you know, people are trying to look for something, but let's be honest, it's Trump. Like, he's put himself in a lot of situations where he keeps talking or, like, digging himself into a hole and bringing himself into a situation where people are going to be like, well, that's not right, why are you saying that? And then continuously digging.
Yeah.
I do think it's going to be a long process. I don't know what the timeline's going to be, though, to kind of, like, to really,
Yeah, who knows?
you know, but...
Forever.
No, please, no.
I don't think it's going to be forever, but I just think, I don't know, I don't know, I hate the whole thing.
I also just don't think nobody else will ever, hopefully, ever be in office that this much can come, like, people can...
That I agree with you.
Every single week it's something new.
He's
Something
asking
new.
for it. He asked for it, you know, with his
And
stupid...
I know we're going to talk about this later, or maybe soon, but his tweets towards someone... No, just kidding. No?
Well, I think right after our podcast that weekend, so last weekend, he had a tweet storm. So you could talk about anything.
Anything?
He literally had the record of the amount of tweets he's ever sent out.
Really?
Like 150 tweets in one Sunday.
How the fuck? Dude, he's
He
on
tweeted
some kind of cocaine pills, dude. Rogan says it all the time. He's got to be on some kind of... Because nobody can do that much. Who the hell can send 150 tweets out?
Wow.
Supposed to be running a country. I get it. It's Sunday, dude. But, I mean, Christ. That is
Bro,
something
it's
else.
Sunday.
Something like it's
I mean, if there's any day I could put out 150 tweets, it would be a Sunday. But I still couldn't see it as a possibility.
Well, so
Yeah.
no, I was...
He tweeted this picture.
No.
Oh, yeah. It's a great picture. That's a
No.
freaking Rocky
Come
picture. When he
on.
said... He posted that picture up... He tweeted that, right?
He tweeted that, yeah.
Dude, he needs help.
He needs help,
This
bro.
guy is mentally disturbed.
But that shit is entertaining, though.
Yeah.
I mean, it's funny as well.
His people will
It's funny as shit, but
eat that up.
it's funny. His people will eat it up. It's just like, I wish he was just better. I wish he was better. Like if he was just a little better of a human being,
I mean, I think we all wish he
he'd
was
be
better.
all right, you know.
I don't mind putting that on like a picture on my case. Like I wish I had a phone case.
But Alexio's all about it. Alexio's all about
You
it.
know what? Christmas is around the corner.
We'll
Anything
get
is possible.
we'll get you a Trump as Rocky phone case. Oh
Yeah.
God, that ought to be good. Yeah, I know. You know the tweeting thing. I'll tell you what though. President's gonna have to tweet forever now. That's just the rule.
No.
President's got.
Oh,
Well,
yeah,
they
for
usually
sure.
they have had, like, Barack Obama had a POTUS Twitter, and so did Michelle Obama.
Yeah. The
But
like.
they just obviously didn't use it like he does.
Right. They didn't use it the same way. Like
But they're gonna.
they're gonna have to.
They're
now.
gonna, yeah.
They're gonna have to be
Moving
tied
forward.
to their personal.
That's a standard
Twitter.
now.
Yeah, it's definitely a standard. It's definitely something that they're gonna want you to do. Just strictly because the last guy did it. Like that's gonna be it. I feel like we're in the age of the celebrity president. That's what I believe. I believe that.
What do you think, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson?
I believe all that shit's happening.
I
Yeah,
would
yeah.
love that.
I would love it too, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I love The Rock, and I would vote him in.
Yeah,
for
for
sure.
sure.
I would vote.
Why
Rogan.
do you choose
I
The
would
Rock?
vote Rogan in.
You seen them guns?
Yeah, you seen
Yeah.
them arms.
Rogan
dude?
would
That
never.
fucking
He thinks that job is bullshit.
Yeah, he thinks it sucks, but I would vote him in. Like somebody like that needs to do it. Somebody who's like a good, not this. Just not this. Like of all the celebrity talents we had, I mean, we put up a specimen, alright.
Specimen.
I just love the fact that he went through pictures of himself and decided, hey, this is the best one that I have to put my face onto this body. Look at
That's
these
the one he
eyebrows.
chose.
Yeah.
That's what he went with, dude. You got the eyebrow up. That's how Rocky looks in the movie, in the thing, though. Oh
He
man.
cleaned up. He photoshopped the bottom too.
You can't even hate him, dude. I can't even hate him. He's just like.
I mean, you can hate him.
I can't even hate him, dude. I can't even. He doesn't even know what's going on. Like I said, then I don't fire on him for everything. Like I don't fire on him for things that are not important. But I mean, that Rocky picture, I'll fire on him. What kind of president is this?
All right.
That's more presidential than golf picture. All right, what do we got next?
The next one is.
Well, so to end that, I mean, we don't know. Who knows? I mean, they're going to impeach him or they're
Nothing's
not.
gonna happen.
Yeah, Alexio thinks nothing. I think who knows. We'll see. I mean, it's going to be each week, week by week basis. You know,
He's like, burn him.
burn him. He wants him
Didn't
burned
say that.
alive.
I didn't say that.
So what do we got next?
The next one is probably one of my favorite topics that I learned about for world news.
Mm-hmm.
We learned from our friend Caroline, who's from the Netherlands.
So excited.
So every December 7th or December 5th,
December 5th.
every year, the Netherlands celebrates Sinterklaas.
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 Santa Claus.
Sinterklaas is, I guess, there's Santa Claus.
S-I-N-T-E-R.
S-I-N. Sinter.
Sinterklaas.
Sinterklaas.
And Sinterklaas,
Sinterklaas.
instead of having elves, he has Black Peter help him
What?
with delivery.
But is the color in front of the name?
So the way
always?
the way this
You
started,
didn't just add.
No, they call him Black Peter. The reason why they call him Black Pete though is because he takes the toys and he goes down the chimney
Chin in the
and
eye,
it
so he
comes
gets a
up
cold
dirty.
on him. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. However, the way that they celebrate this guy is probably one of the funniest, hilarious, racist thing I've ever seen. And I'm gonna show you why.
Oh, Black Pete. Oh, no, they don't.
Yes,
no.
they do. Yes,
No, they don't.
They
No,
do.
don't.
They do this.
Oh, no. Not in 2019. They don't.
This is this year, bro.
No, oh, guys, for anyone who's listening, not on YouTube, they just brought up pictures. And I'm sorry, I haven't been walking everybody through it because we weren't really trusting the camera last time. I guess we're trusting it too much. He just brought up pictures of a bunch of, what do they call from the Netherlands?
What?
Dutch,
What do you
the
mean?
Dutch. A
People.
bunch of Dutch people in blackface. That's what we're looking at
So
right now.
we can agree that Netherlands is all white, right?
Yes.
Everyone is in blackface.
Yes.
None of
Everyone
those
is-
people are black. None of those people are actually black.
This is my favorite.
This isn't
one.
real though, is it?
It's real. It's a celebration. It's a
Yeah, but like,
it's a
how
festival.
long ago was the last time they did this?
every year.
Every
Nick.
year. So much so that we went to Snapchat, trusty Snapchat, on the day, and went to the Netherlands on the map, and they have filters where you can look like the little Sinterklaas. And luckily not Black Pete.
You can't look like Black Pete?
No.
Oh my God. Now listen, now I do get it and I know what the point is. They are not in blackface, they are covered in coal face.
However,
that is as blackface as blackface gets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is not like, oh, I'm a little...
Guys, I'm not kidding you.
But
It
wait
is
a minute,
Santa Claus with his elves, except for his elves are white people in blackface.
Yes.
That is what
But
this
the thing
is.
is, they change their hair. What makes it the most racist is that
Oh,
they
yeah.
also change their hair.
They put on the curly
wig.
hair wig.
Look at the nappy hair things right
Oh,
here.
they know exactly
They know what they're
doing.
doing.
These freaking Dutch.
This is
These freaking Dutch. They know exactly what they're doing.
what they're
They
saying
think
is that
they're
it's
funny.
a celebration.
Celebration of what? That's what. Listen, and you know what? I don't want. Everybody says that.
Yeah.
The only problem is when they say it in America, it don't count. But when they say it in the Netherlands, we'll kind of let it slide. That's what blackface was. It was. It wasn't to make fun of anyone. It was like.
They were acting.
Yeah, they were acting, right? And they thought they were like actually like. But what we discovered over the last bunch of years is that it's not an ode to African American society. It is racist, and they just keep doing it well into 2019.
But people are protesting it now. So we did see that last week when we were checking this out, that people are protesting and completely saying, let's not do this.
And it's
side
not
of
even
it.
like, I hate doing that too, because like I'm acting now like I'm all fragile and offended. Like I'm not offended. I get it. You know, they're not making fun of black. They're Black Pete with his coal on his face, and he happens to have hair like that. But what they're not getting is that. I mean, I would think he happens to have hair. I don't know. Like, did they pick the like? That's just worse.
That's just, yeah.
I just think that at this point in time, the manufacturers that are creating
Racism
this,
in
right,
Santa's
they're
Dutch.
like, oh, it's time to start selling these wigs. I think maybe this year they could be like, hey, let's not sell these wigs.
I think that is
Exactly.
the wig part is like the racist. It's not really
The wig
racist
part is
because
the
they're
most
not like
racist, yeah.
hating or like being prejudiced towards anybody,
Yeah.
or trying to make fun of anyone. But it is just it's ridiculous, is what it is. Like there's really no point in what is that?
But they're just protesters.
Oh, okay.
The thing is, they look at their lips too. They paint their lips. Like
Yeah, no, 100%. It's like
why do they do that?
it's like they're not getting it. They're like Trump of a country. They're like a country.
It's kind of like the
that
whole
thinks like
Confederate
Trump. They
flag
don't
thing,
get
yeah.
what they're doing. Yeah,
So
yeah.
kind of like a Confederate flag. Some people still celebrate it, but it's
They don't get
obviously
what it,
attached
what
to
it represents,
racism.
right? Yeah, like that's what they're doing here. Like, and they're all fired up on Black Pete,
I like how
and they
they're
probably love Black Pete. You know, I'm assuming that a good amount of people
Sure.
would rather be Black
Nice
Pete
presents.
than Santa Claus, because Santa Claus sounds like he
my
didn't do
goodness.
shit. He wouldn't even go down the damn chimney. Oh God, I can't. Even. This is ridiculous. I can't believe this is a thing in
It's a
2019.
thing. My favorite part is their Santa Claus.
CNN's not happy. What do you know?
Their Santa Claus is like a pope.
CNN is not happy. Their Santa Claus dressed like a pope. The guy standing next to him is literally in blackface. He's got an earring on, lips painted black, hair curly
They
out.
look like they're about to drop the
Basically, he has an afro, dude, and it's ridiculous.
They're about to drop the hottest album of 2019.
And if you look at, and it's funny, if you notice the pictures that this Slate.com was able to hassle up of old Santa Claus there, you notice where the arm's facing? Yeah. They were able to rustle up a little hail sign for us just to make sure, and boy do we love it. Boy do we love the
I
media.
do love it.
Gotta love the media, gotta love their spins, and you gotta love the Dutch for just being
Gotta
so
love the
goddamn
Dutch.
stupid. Are they smart in the Netherlands?
They're super
Yes,
smart.
they are.
Yeah.
They are. I know they're big and they're good at kickboxing. That I know.
They're fucking Vikings, bro. Those
Yeah, they're big
people. You ever seen
motherfuckers.
Caroline?
I know, right? Like, we see her.
Yeah.
She's taller than everyone here.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Caroline. You guys aren't stupid. You know what I mean. I just like to make fun of people. But yes, they're big, scary people, and they would probably kill me. And they're probably good people. They mean well. I just think you gotta cut that one out.
This is, yeah.
If you're gonna get rid of one of your traditions, you might want to get rid of that one.
Maybe just a little bit of coal on the face.
Right.
Right. Just a little bit.
Just a little put it. Just you don't have to paint your whole face.
You
black.
know, yeah, that's
Just a little bit
that's
cool.
yes, that's
You
the
keep
thing.
the tradition.
Yeah, you
Just don't do blackface. You could just let that go.
just don't have
It's
to.
very simple.
You don't have to pay.
Yeah.
You're so right, dude. Like if I went down a chimney and came back up, I wouldn't come out completely
I know.
one toned, as nicely painted as could possibly be, as if someone did it professionally. Obviously,
Yeah.
put it on your face. Like that's not what someone who comes out of a
For sure.
But and to be fair, our friend Caroline, when she was standing here and we told her this was going to be on the podcast, she just covered her face in absolute shame. And so I don't think there are
There's nothing wrong with this.
That's fine. That's way
great.
different. That's a dirty person.
Yeah.
That's a lot different than someone in black.
Just guys coal in the face.
Yeah, that's what.
This
That's.
guy?
It's not this.
Not so much.
I mean, I'll take the white mouth because it's kind of like a reverse. Oh,
They're
they're not
painted.
done. Oh God.
They're not
Oh God. I thought it was like a clown makeup because
No.
I'll deal with that. It's okay. You know that. Oh my God.
Caroline told us that one year.
Has she ever done it?
No, she told us that one year they're trying to like make it not as racist anymore.
Uh-huh.
So instead of doing all blackface, they started doing blue and yellow and red, all different type of color faces.
Uh huh.
Just do a little bit of dirt on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why are they not?
Why is that so hard?
Wait, so they've already ran into this issue and
Yeah.
already came up with some
They've been
troubleshooting
trying
for
to
it, and the
fix it.
troubleshooting was colors, and then you get this. This
Yeah.
is this year's parade, I'm assuming.
Yep.
Oh God.
Oh my gosh, it's so funny.
Oh,
Well,
man.
that's that. You guys can look it up.
Look it up at home.
Just write,
or just see
Just
it.
write Black Peter Netherlands, you'll see it.
Black Peter Netherlands, and it'll pop right up. And
Or
it is,
Black Pete, right?
and it is going Black Pete. Oh man, that's funny.
Oh boy, that's funny.
Anything else on that? In my opinion.
In my opinion, we're done with that.
Okay.
Next topic would be today in Florida.
Ooh, this is a fun one. We didn't have this one on last week, but everyone knows that the state of Florida is ridiculous,
It's a shit show.
and we love it here. And and I love Florida for that reason. I would never live there, but I do enjoy the internet clips. So we're gonna indulge in some today in Florida. What do you got for
Yeah.
us?
So I guess Maheen can start this one off after I read it, but this man in Florida gets caught in the Target sexually assaulting Olaf.
Well, I'm gonna read it for the listeners at home. Florida man arrested for allegedly sexually assaulting stuffed Olaf at Target. I don't know what an Olaf is.
From Frozen.
The
It's
snowman.
I don't
He's a-
know
he's-
what a Frozen is.
From
Oh, the movie?
Let It
Yeah.
Go.
With Elsa, Let It Go, Let It
Yeah,
Go.
yeah.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
Well, he
Have
let
you
it,
seen it? Yeah.
He
You
let
have,
it
like,
go
these
all
in there.
over him.
Dad jokes. But that was a
He
bad
let
one.
it go all
That was like
over
a bad dad joke.
Yeah.
That was like
so-
an X-rated bad joke. So, all right, so Olaf is the snowman, I'm
Yeah.
assuming?
Yeah.
Yeah, people love him. They have him on, all of them have him on their walls.
My girlfriend
I see
has him in her keychain.
And keychain, yeah. People love Olaf. He's blown up across Long Island right now. So
Yeah.
at night he's blown up during the day.
Frozen 2 just came
So,
out.
you know what? And
Oh, so you do know who he is.
no, now I do. Now I do. I don't know the name, but I know that I see him blow up, and
For
he's
sure,
not
for sure.
Frosty. But I will say, I just want to throw this on. This is a side topic here, but I hate those blow up decorations. Are they
Okay.
not the tackiest
Stop
thing
being the Grinch,
you've
but
ever seen in your life?
anyway.
No. I like decorations. I like the old school ones, like the hard ones, like the deers with the lights in them, like where it's actually like a statue of a deer
Yeah.
and stuff like that. The blow up thing is the tackiest thing I've
Yeah.
ever seen in my life.
I'm not a big fan of anything
Oh my
like
god,
that.
I love
honestly.
it. I love it all.
You love it
I
all?
love it all.
Oh, the blow
The
up.
lights, all
As
the
a
lights and
Muslim,
everything.
I love it.
Oh, you don't have it.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
guys don't have
You
it.
never had to get up on that fucking
Oh, of course.
ladder.
I
Listen
put
to
up
Big
Christmas
George screaming down the
decorations.
road.
I've definitely put up Christmas decorations. I put up lights, made wreaths. I don't like doing it by myself, but I love it. I love it. It's beautiful.
Do you end up doing it by yourself?
I end up doing it by
Oh
myself,
no,
for
Beanie. We'll get a tree for next week's episode, and we'll decorate it
A
together.
little. I decorated our office tree. I
Oh,
decorated
perfect.
every single year.
So we can just bring that in here. We don't even have to buy a new tree.
Well.
So that'll be awesome. We'll have a tree for you next week somewhere in this
I helped her,
vicinity.
by the way.
You
You
did,
did it
you
by
did.
yourself.
Oh, you did? You want to hear a funny trick? If you're listening at home, maybe my aunt's listening. She has a great trick. So she invites us over for Thanksgiving, and then while we're just finishing eating, she starts bringing these decorations out and setting up the tree, and then kind of just sticking ornaments in your hand, so that eventually we just all end up helping her put up all these decorations.
That's
Yeah, and she makes quick work of it. She sets up like 7 trees in her house. Yeah, like
Why?
7 Christmas trees. I don't know, like it's a big house, so when you walk in, there's like one there, and then one upstairs, and then they have one main one, and
Just in case you forgot it was
just
Christmas.
mad trees, yeah.
Just in
Mad
case you
trees.
walk into the bathroom and forgot it
And
was
she
Christmas.
has this huge Santa Claus. He's like life size, like 6 foot. He's like 6'3" Santa, big 6'3", big belly bone. When you walk in the door, huge Santa Claus. Oh, over the top decorations, which I'm all about all those. But blowing stuff up in your front lawn.
Maheen, you know what you should put on your front lawn?
What?
A 6'3" black Santa Claus.
No. Why?
What?
I'm new to the neighborhood. The last thing I want to do.
Oh my God, do you know what you should? I won't make that joke.
You're gonna make it. I know what you're gonna say.
It was Allah
What is he
because you
gonna
can't
say?
put him up.
He's gonna say something ridiculous.
I was gonna say a 6'3" Allah.
That's what he's gonna say.
You really be
Allah
hating
is
on him.
God. He's a
I
crazy
know, and you
fool.
can't take a picture of him, but
Crazy
imagine you made up
fool.
a statue and put him on your lawn.
Can't even imagine
Just
that.
like a black, like a black face.
No, you can't picture it, right? Am I
There's
correct?
no-
Am I wrong?
You
It's
put like
God.
a
so
question
there's-
mark.
I'm not doing any.
No,
of
you
that.
can't do any of that. No, she would get
Just a
excommunicated.
shapeless body.
Just
with a
yeah.
question
No,
mark.
it's not even
6
any
foot
of that.
tall. What you're telling me to do is put a faceless 6 foot tall person in my front lawn. It's not Halloween.
What's that?
What's that? What's going on over
Dude,
there?
people still have their Halloween shit out all over the place.
No, they don't.
Some
Maybe in Suffolk
people do.
County,
Some
but not
people
in
do.
Nassau.
No, in Nassau they do. That's
No
where I'm at right now, and that's where they have it.
No way.
100% they do.
Wait,
People
how did
don't-
we
Halloween
stray so far?
Oh, because I said I hated the blow-ups. Anyways, so Olaf, back to today in Florida. So what happened with Olaf?
So poor Olaf is a stuffed, just a stuffed Olaf. He gets sexually assaulted. Basically, this guy was humping a stuffed Olaf at Target.
At Target.
Let it go all over him.
How
What?
big is he? How big is
Just
Olaf?
a little Olaf doll.
Oh my
Just a
god.
little Olaf doll. And then people were calling
What
the
did-
cops.
what-
This guy is
what did he-
Cody.
What did he do? Oh God,
Yeah, this guy Cody. Man.
Cody, man. He's and you know what? He's got the hair and stuff. He shouldn't really be
Oh, that's
an
definitely-
incel. You know, he's probably just a freakazoid.
You know what it is? He just doesn't know what his thing is. You could just find people that like furry stuff.
You're right, and he didn't know, and like
He doesn't know.
it was just like a furry attack. And you know what? He probably didn't want to buy the damn thing if it wasn't gonna make him bust a nut. Like he needed
He
to
wanted
make
to test it
sure
out, maybe.
that he was gonna get the use
Sure,
he
okay.
needed from this
No.
thing. Because if he didn't, he wouldn't want to buy that.
So the cops, they called the cops. On the way the cops were there, he finished with the Olaf. When the cops got there, they caught him in a different aisle.
With a different stuffed
with
animal.
Dry humping a unicorn.
A stuffed unicorn, I'm assuming.
Think about this, man.
I'm trying not to think about it because I just really want to know what drugs this guy is on.
Definitely meth.
Definitely.
Yeah,
meth?
he looks like he's on meth. He has no eyebrows, which means he's probably ripping him out. I mean,
Yeah.
if his
Oh.
skin's getting bad,
Absolutely.
his hair's falling. Yeah, he's probably on meth. I mean,
Look at those ears.
you know, I guess it's the same as Lizzo's ass. It's whatever floats your boat, but
But not at a Target.
not at a Target, not at a Lakers game, man. It's just it's time and place. I think is what we're learning on today's episode. It's just it's just a matter of timing. You know, you can't hump dolls in Target. You can hump dolls. Like there's nothing wrong with that. If you're listening and you
can do
hump
whatever you
dolls,
want.
you can do whatever you want.
There's a girl that married a doll.
There's a girl.
It's
Is
a-
that on
that
TLC?
girl's
Is that
on-
on the Learning Channel?
It's on TLC.
How'd I know it was on the Learning Channel? Because that's knowledge right there.
For sure. For sure.
That's
Maybe
how I knew.
Maybe we'll bring it up in another episode. But no, it's actually let's bring it up now. It's creepy as fuck. Let's bring
All
it
right,
up.
bring it up. What does it matter? Turn it off if you're sick of it, but bring it on up. Talk show.
What is it?
Girl marries doll, life-size doll, in Ohio. That's it.
Oh, I want to see the video.
That's a dead person, it looks like.
Oh, that's a really strange doll.
Yeah.
The glare on this TV is so bad. If you have the glare on the TV, sorry. Do you have a video of this?
Do you really need a video?
Yeah, I want to see the. I want to see
You
the
don't need
video. Hit videos. Just see what we got.
Videos, where's videos? There you go.
Yeah, because people don't know what look at pictures.
Zombie doll.
Here we go. Beautiful. I
Oh
love
my
it.
God.
Life ordinary. And now this is on TLC, guys, and this is a rant I wanted to get on because I love the Learning Channel, and I like when I see it. Don't play that, Jesus. They'll take a while. They'll claim.
Really beautiful day. I had a really beautiful dress. I felt like a real woman. Hi, my name is Felicity Cadillac Rossi, and I'm married to my love, Kelly the Zombie Doll.
It's not even a dude.
It's a female zombie.
Zombie. It's not even like a person.
Female zombie doll. Oh my God.
Life less
When
ordinary.
I was 10, I found Kelly on a creepycollection.com site, and
What's
I
she
had to
like?
have her,
Okay.
and my dad said if I get good grades in school, he'll let me have her.
Oh,
I got good grades,
Oh,
and by
turn
the
this
time I
off.
was
She's
13,
like
Kelly was
mentally,
mine.
like she's
She
slow.
dresses more like, I would say
Well, I'm
maybe
not
go
scared. Don't turn it
shopping
off.
with Kelly and buy
Jesus.
outfits for her
Oh my goodness.
because it's fun and it's actually helped me with my depression. I always wondered how she'd look in a hat.
She looks good.
She looks better.
Like, hi,
You couldn't get a better looking doll?
She She likes
When
the zombie thing.
I
loves
think
what
of
she
Kelly, I
loves.
think of her as a person, and some people don't think of her that way, so they don't treat her that way. So that kind of offends me when they treat her or
Oh, I
say
love
something
this.
bad about her. It's a shame that
All right.
people.
That's enough. Oh God.
Why did you put this image in my head?
Because if I have to know it, you have to know it.
Dude, but you know the TLC stuff, the Learning Channel and everything, we can get back to where we're at. But you know, like these are the people that, you know, they marry dolls, they hump dolls in Target. And that lady's probably from Florida too, I would assume.
I feel like she's from the Midwest.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. But if I could put her in Florida, I would like to assume she's in Florida. And yeah, you know, you can do whatever you want with dolls, but inside a Target store it doesn't work. Just like you can show your ass all you want, but inside a Lakers game it doesn't work. We're really just thematic here on the Today in Millenia podcast. Like I said, just the most important show on earth.
Going back to
I mean, just really tying in themes and just spreading messages left and right.
Yeah.
Just
Don't hump Olaf inside Target. Don't wear ashless chaps to the Lakers game, because there's a time and a place for everything.
yeah.
And that's what we're learning here.
What do you think this guy should do?
And don't be a complete
guy?
asshole
Yeah.
when
He
you're
should
running
stay
for
in
president.
He should stay in jail.
Stay in jail.
He's not gonna stay in jail.
No.
He was arrested
no.
for.
Give him a couple days. Tell him don't do it again inside the store.
What
And
did,
send
what
him
did he
loose.
get, what did he get finally?
Now he looks a little nutty. He needs to go to some sort of rehabilitation center, or maybe
Florida have a ton of them?
yeah, maybe they do. Do they? Yeah, they have tons and tons of them. Yeah, but most of them are pretty.
I think he was just arrested for
sideways.
like indecent exposure, and they let him go.
They let him go.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, that was Today in Florida, people. And if you guys have any wonderful Florida submissions that you stumble upon on the internet, be sure to send them to todayinmillenia@gmail.com, because we'd love to put them on here, because we like any new
Criminal mischief.
news
Yeah.
story. Criminal mischief. I've been charged with worse than that. Jesus.
Me too.
I've never ever humped a doll inside a store before and been caught.
I'm very interested to know what you guys think about this next topic,
Okay.
and it's called "Too Far or Not Far Enough,"
Okay.
and
Intrigued.
it's just on science, really, and what they're doing to try to grow human organs.
Okay.
So China is the first group of scientists to make a pig-monkey hybrid.
A pig-monkey hybrid.
Is that it?
That's not it.
That's just a regular pig.
It only survived a couple days, and then it died.
Do you want to know something cool I learned about monkeys,
Yes.
pigs really quick on Rogan today? So basically, if you stick a pig in, if you take like, all right, so you know how a pig, like a domesticated pig, it doesn't have like a lot of hair, but then you look at like a hog out in the wild that has a lot of hair, big tusk.
Yeah.
That's like natural selection. It's not that the pig's different. There's not like many species of pigs. Like a wild hog and a domestic hog is basically the same. Once you put it in, and very quickly it'll happen. It doesn't take thousands of years. Like if you put this thing in the wild, quickly it'll start to grow longer tusks, longer hair, and just turn into. Isn't that crazy, dude?
That's crazy.
So when you see like a bold ass pig at a farm, it's just because it's fat and entitled,
It just
basically.
doesn't need it.
It's
It
a
doesn't need all
fat,
that stuff.
entitled pig that knows it doesn't need long hair or tusks to survive out here. It just needs to
It is
stick his
pretty crazy.
fat face in a trough, and that's it. But then when it gets out there, and it's like, dude, we gotta eat dingoes or whatever. They cuss, and then they eventually go through their head on accident, unlike Jeffrey Epstein. My favorite.
Beings,
Never.
man.
All right, just all tying together, full circle here on the Today in Millenia podcast, and we just can't get enough of it. All right.
What do you guys think about this? They make this pig.
I want to see it. I gotta see it. I gotta see
You
it.
can't see it. They don't have pictures of
I
it.
mean, I can't see it.
They don't have pictures of it.
So how do I know it's real?
That's what the scientists in China said.
Oh, that's what the scientists did. Yeah, the scientists inside my living room told me that I just made a a half man, half donkey, and it can climb up hills like no other. And you got to see it,
Yeah.
but you can't see it. You wanna know why you can't see it? Because it's not real, dude.
I can't wait till Nick's an old man.
It's not real, dude.
It's gonna be this times 10.
It's not real at all.
This is not what they made. This is not the picture.
I won't
of
make it that long. I won't make it to old.
So you don't think it's real?
No, I don't think.
I think it's extra real.
I think it's
I don't.
real.
I mean, it could be
So-
real. I just like. What is the point? Like, what's
So the point
who's
is
giving money to this?
The point is if they could get a pig with, let's just say, a monkey liver,
Mm-hmm.
then they can make a pig with a human liver, and they could get 1,000 pigs with human livers. And then
And then harvest the organs.
And then if you need a liver, they'd be like, no problem.
Oh, so the monkey
That'd be-
is in
that'd be
place.
100
All right, so I
grand.
just needed some context here.
That's what it's for.
So that seems like a worthwhile investment. Yeah, so the monkey is in place of the human in this experiment as we move towards maybe a human being here.
Yeah.
Why didn't they just jump the gun and just start with the human?
That's inhumane.
No, but I thought they were doing it from cell
cells,
generation.
they're doing cell generation. So
I mean, it's not inhumane. I will. If you're out there, I will sell my sperm in the name of science to turn into
stem cells. They're not
it's not
artificially inseminating pigs with humans.
Oh,
so
okay.
it's, you know,
well,
that's where
science. I don't know how science works. What the fuck do I know? I don't know anything.
You know where the blastocyst is?
A blastocyst?
Yeah.
No.
It's
Sounds like a really dirty joke.
No, it's not. It's kind of like the embryo before it becomes like a fully formed, you know.
Before it
like,
blastocysts out of there.
Before it blastocysts out of there, it's just like before it becomes like a creature, you're a blastocyst. And so while it's in that form, they inject monkey stem cells, and so specifically artificial engineered, so that way it only grows monkey pancreas in this pig. Right, so it's not like a monkey, like a fucking pig.
Right, that's what I'm thinking. I was thinking I was gonna see.
No, it's just a pig.
Like a pig that climbs trees is basically what I was picturing in my head the whole time.
How fucking crazy would that be?
Yeah. So then this is the pig. This has got to be it.
I don't think so.
It could be. No, they just put a picture of a baby.
It died very quickly.
No, look, this piglet had some cells from a monkey, but died within a week. Oh yeah, you were right.
Oh, this is it.
Oh, so it's just not working.
You're like a detective, man.
I just read it, but okay.
I like it. I'm about it. I'm all about organs and growing stuff.
Just keep going, not far enough. Just keep going.
Keep people alive. I don't want any of it myself. A regular 80 years is good for me, but I think it's good. Like I want to keep people alive that I like. So.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's great. Like you said, too far, not far enough. I think they could definitely keep going.
What do you think? Do you think around forever? Is that like something you'd want?
I wouldn't want to be around forever.
No, I mean,
no.
Yeah,
but
just keep replacing me.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You'll stay forever?
Keep replacing me. If you could put my brain in an android body.
Alexia's like, life fucking rips, bro. I'm staying right here, dude.
I like life.
I'm staying, I do too, honestly. Maybe because I'm thinking like get old, but if you stick my brain inside some kind of robot, I mean, yeah, I'll take it forever.
Let's say they can't do that, but they could just continuously replace your shit with pig organs.
And then so you stay pretty healthy?
Like, you stay pretty healthy. You do exercise.
Yeah, I'll take that.
You'll take that?
Until like a certain point.
Am I going to still be able to move quickly?
Yeah, they just inject stem cells into your
joints. Bam, 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 until you're just like regenerating.
Yeah,
just
that's
like
fine, I guess.
You take
I'd
like
still be
200
slow.
years? Like, would you want to be alive for 200 years?
I don't know, maybe. If I don't get slow and like if I can still drive and do like normal things, sure, why not?
I feel like that might throw like a monkey wrench into like generational advancement. You know what I mean? Haha, no pun intended. But like into generational like advancement. Because like now we have this one group around for like 200 years. They're gonna think they're the greatest thing ever, not really try any hurt. It kind of like takes that next group like kind of like right now we need these baby boomsticks to die so we can have a decent country. And I'm not the one who said it, but I'm the one who said it. And but no, and not die, but just kind of pass along into the afterlife.
Shuffling along.
Yeah, just move on and get buried or whatever the boomsticks like to do. But no, but eventually.
Who says that?
You ever played Gears of War?
Yeah.
Remember how excited the locusts were like, oh, boomstick. That was like my favorite thing. So that's what they remind me of. The little locusts were like, oh, boomstick. Like they were always fired up.
Very specific
video game reference. Yeah, if you played Gears of War back in the early days.
And listen to the sounds there, yeah.
Oh yeah. Even the white guy used to get pretty fired up. Like, they had a group of humans and a group of locusts, and they're like,
locusts are
make way or whatever. Yeah, but the aliens were like, boomstick. It was really creepy. But so that's what reminded me of so the boomsticks. Like we need the boomers to move on. Like they gotta move on into retirement and then on into.
They're getting pig organs, bro. They're not going anywhere.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. Yeah. So I just changed everything. My whole mind changed. No
more.
Not happening. Not happening. If you're 65 right now, I give you another 35 at best. 35 years
that's
at
solid.
best.
That's a good life right there.
100 years. 100 years.
If
I'm
we
not
start
like I would
living-
not wish death on someone at 80, but I can wish death at 100,
If
right?
we start living
Yeah,
for too long, there's
shuffling
going to be
along.
more natural disasters.
It's not, yeah.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The world is revolting on us. But
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it is. And oh my God, I had my own topic. Am I allowed a topic?
Sure.
Knicks.
Yeah, we might have to just get on Google for this one. So, I don't know if you guys remember, but recently there was a Swedish young lady, I believe she's Swedish, going off about global warming.
Okay, yes.
Yes, her name was, it reads Greta Thunberg. They're trying to tell me that her name is something else, but if you were to spell it, you would spell it Thunberg, Greta Thunberg. Now, this is a young lady who is a very big advocate for global warming. And I am I'm not a global warming denier. I 100%, I'm all about getting the planet back to at least a better place than it is. But this girl won, I believe it was Life or Time. Yeah, Time Magazine's Woman of the Year.
Person of the year.
Person of the Year. For screaming at the top of her lungs at some random congressional hearing about how we all, or you guys all, stole my childhood. Like, listen, Greta, I grew up with the same shitty boomsticks you did. As a matter of fact, they're closer to my age than they are to yours. And I grew up in the same, they were destroying the planet a lot more in the 90s, trust me, than they were ever during your lifetime. And they did not steal my childhood. They didn't steal yours either. But I just think it's not that I have a problem with this girl or her message or what, go her, more power to you. It's just that now I have no respect for the Time Person of the Year award. Like, it basically just took a lot of credibility of the award.
So, well, okay. I did some research because I think that I'm happy that she won. I think that if we do some research and see who past winners of the Times Person of the Year winner, 2016 was Trump, 2012 was Barack Obama, which I agree with. Vladimir Putin was Person of the Year one year. I'm not even kidding.
Well, I mean, he wasn't always,
But my point is, if you feel like it was credible, we should probably look at who else is one Person of the Year.
Touche.
But no, I think that we need an advocate, and I'm excited that, it's somebody that's caused a ruckus, and the tweets I was talking about earlier was Trump's tweets to her.
Yeah, but all right. So let me break this down a little bit more. It's not that she's not credible. It's that this is obviously a virtue signal, straight up and down. If you're telling me past presidents have won, leaders of entire countries have won, that takes a life. It takes a lifetime to achieve something of that nature, not 10 minutes on YouTube screaming about global warming.
Well, sure, but then there's also other groups of people that have won Person of the Year, and it was because of work that they were doing for something, for a cause, for some sort of activism. So, for example, I believe one of the winners were just people that were doing research towards the Ebola virus, for example.
Yeah, but I think that they found a cure for the Ebola virus, which is a big difference than screaming about global warming. I'm just saying.
What did she do? She
believe
took a boat across the Atlantic Ocean in order to get attention towards it. She hasn't really done anything about it. She's just getting attention.
She's getting it, and which is great. And maybe in 4 years, though, when this girl, if she becomes that's what I mean. Is I feel like if you're gonna call somebody Person of the Year, they should have a body of work to show for it. Yeah. If this was her breakout party was this year, give her Rookie of the Year. I don't know. Do they have like a side award? But like hold her off for 4 years. Yeah. So hold her off for a couple of years. See if she turns this into something. Or if she's like a lot of, and she's so young, so it's evil for me to say, but there are a lot of these vocal minority, virtue signaling, hate to say it, most of the time leaning on the left, but there are some on the right that are just holier than thou, especially the religious ones on the right. The holier than thou, I am, you suck, I'm great. Like, it's a virtue signal. That's what it is. It's let's give her Person of the Year so everyone knows Time Magazine don't fuck around with that global warming is a hoax thing. That's what it is. That's what it is. And this girl, she won an award for it. So actually, kudos to her. I love Greta Thunberg. I'm all about Greta Thunberg, and maybe I gave her a bad rap. Fuck Time Magazine. That's where I'm at. And you know what? Fuck Time Magazine forever. Anyways. Yeah. It's traditional media. It's as bad as it gets anyways. It's just like the New York Times. All the same nonsense. So fuck them. But go ahead. Let's read this. So classes of unnamed people. Oh, so your Ebola fighters were unnamed anyways. Let's see. Inanimate object.
Multiple names on the top. Classes of unnamed people.
All right, so Clinton.
Yeah.
So this is who we got here. I don't know who the first. Oh, President and First Lady of China in 1937. They were probably the first presidents of that country or whatever when they like beat whatever communism, whatever they were
You
doing.
just made that fact up, by the way.
No, I bet you right. 1937, right before World War I, was probably. There's no presidents after that. I mean, World War II. I mean, right before World War II. Yeah, they're communists.
I don't know anything about China.
Communist China. There's no more presidents, I don't think. Whatever. They were presidents. Who cares? All right, the crew of Apollo 8. I mean, they went to space, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, they did big things.
Big things.
But
Nixon,
they went to space that year. Just saying. Okay, come on.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So yeah, so
it was a movement that year. That's it.
yeah, I get it. It's supposed to happen that year, but half the right still thinks that climate change is a hoax. Most of the right. So what did she do? Now you got me ripping on Greta again. You just forced me right back at Greta.
My favorite thing about Greta?
Stop defending her, because then I keep just having it poured on.
My favorite thing about Greta is that there's a conspiracy about her.
Can you play a video of her so our,
Tell me the
viewers?
conspiracy. I love conspiracies.
There's a conspiracy about her
That it's all for show?
that...
Can you show the clip of the yelling
That she
now?
doesn't have Asperger's?
That she is
Wait,
like,
she has
super
Asperger's?
old and she's a time traveler.
No, she's not.
Alright, I don't believe that. She has Asperger's?
Yeah.
Okay, well, she does well socially then. I mean, she should have advocated for that, I would have probably.
I just want everyone to know that Nick's entire demeanor just changed about her.
Yeah, I didn't know. I mean, no, you don't have to put in time. I want to, time. I don't need to see the time travel. I want people to know.
No, okay.
No, I don't want to see conspiracy, because then it's going to make us look even worse. I look bad enough as is on this segment, and I'm just digging myself into a gigantic hole. I feel like this whole episode I've just been digging myself in a hole, but I definitely don't need this nonsense.
You're the Trump tweet of this episode.
He's the Trump tweet?
Yeah. Is Greta Thunberg actually a time traveler? She creeps me out.
So check this out. They're gonna show this picture of her.
Oh, they think she's like Orphan? Have you ever seen Orphan?
Look at this photo from 120 years ago.
Yeah, it was real.
Look at this photo from 120 years ago.
Yeah, okay, that happens all the time.
Listen, there's only so many combinations of faces.
Faces, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happens all the time. It's actually like pretty simple to find. You dig up some old pictures, you always see one.
You're not going to find nobody with this mug.
No, I don't think so. But she's got a pretty regular, because she's from, she's like she's like an inbred from inbred. She's like, I'm getting deeper and deeper and deeper. No, she's from, where's she from, Sweden?
I have no idea.
Look it up so we're not ignorant this whole fucking time, please. Greta Thunberg.
I believe
Greta Thunberg.
But nobody knows what we're talking about, so we have to see the classic video of her screaming. Like, I need...
Everyone knows what we're talking about.
Everybody knows what we're talking about. Everybody knows.
So if they know what I'm talking, where's she from?
Where is she from?
Sweden. Where's her
Sweden.
Oh, wait.
Go up, please.
Swedish.
Her Wikipedia is right here. Is this your first time on the computer?
See that.
Sweden. She's 16, so I'm not even that mean, and she's Swedish. So my point of the whole thing was not inbred, is that in Sweden, like, they're always breeding with Swedish, so it's like not hard to look back 300 years. Like, what are you, Honduran, Puerto Rican? I mean, 600 years ago, they didn't even know that each other existed, so you're not gonna find those pictures. You know what I mean? That got together here or somewhere else. Like, like my family's an Italian and Irish American. That happened here. You know, I happened here. It wasn't gonna happen back in Italy. That's my point. Why? You know what my point is? Am I digging myself out of the hole a little bit?
I don't know,
Jesus
man.
Christ.
I don't think anybody's gonna agree with you just because she's a little kid. And you're
You know what, man? You know what, man? Good for you, Greta. You won the award. You know what? They're the suckers. You're the one who pulled the wool over everyone's eyes. You're the one who got us. Oh man, she's mad about carbon.
Listen, no.
Fuck carbon. You know what's funny is my dad, and it's like embarrassing that this is a real argument on the right sometimes. Like, he's always telling me, like, listen, you know, we shouldn't pollute the planet, we shouldn't blah blah blah, but don't tell me about carbon and carbon's this, carbon's that. I'm like, what? I'm not even talking about carbon. I don't know. I'm not a scientist, and I don't know anything about carbon. All I know is that the president saying, this is what I'm trying to have an argument with him about, how the fact that the president's saying that climate change is a hoax is detrimental overall. Yeah. I mean, we got people in middle of America, yeehaw, and they're just like, oh, throwing plastic bottles out the window because Trump says it's a hoax. You know, like, it's so bad. You're the leader. I mean, I get yelled at around here for making too many jokes because of my influence. Like, I don't know, what are you kidding me? He's the leader of the country. Like, you have a huge influence. So I'm just trying to make this point to my posse. He's a hard right conservative. If you're listening, Dad, I'm sorry. But his argument is that basically they believe that because they can carbon date, right? So they've tracked this carbon dating back to hundreds of thousands of years ago to a point where the carbon levels were so high, enormously high. So they know, and then his whole like wake up call, like, Nick, you're a dumbass, is, and hello, we're still here. So don't tell me carbon's gonna kill us. I turn around and I go, were there any people when this happened?
Right.
And he goes, that doesn't matter. How on God's green earth does that not matter? I'm like trying to explain to him, like, have you ever heard of like deforestation or or even just instinct animals? Like, it is very easy. I mean, the Native Americans took out the entire Great Plains buffalo population with a bow and arrow. They were so damn good at it. They killed. There's no.
We took them out.
No, we took the Indians out. The Indians wiped out the
Native Americans.
There was millions of
Native Americans. No, they 100%.
They hunted them, but they didn't wipe them out.
You could look it up. We didn't. We weren't good enough hunters to wipe them out.
Bro, we literally wiped them out.
Look it up, dude. Dude, there's a book. You gotta watch the new Rogan, then you missed it.
I've been watching. That's where I got it from.
The Native Americans wiped them out with the hunting. Just hunting. That's all they did was hunt buffalo, hunt buffalo. You listened to the wrong episode.
I think you listened to what you wanted to listen to.
No, 100%. With these bow and arrows,
No, 100%.
100%. We'll get a corrections course.
You'll get a corrections next week. But regardless, if one group of people or some settlers with some guns, that was the thing that they were talking about on the show, is that they didn't have guns even sufficient to kill the Comanches until they got a 5-shot revolver, and the buffalo were already gone by then. So I don't know where you're getting your info.
I guess we'll figure it out.
Yeah, no, the Great Plains Indians took out the buffalo because they hunted them so regularly and so efficiently. And whatever. I know I'm right on this one. We'll see what the correction says next week, but I wouldn't say that if I didn't know. So we're gonna check it out. But anyways, the point of the whole thing is that if one group of people can do that, then we can definitely make it so humans are like have no habitat here on the planet. Like, I don't doubt that this rock's gonna keep spinning in the atmosphere. Like, that's almost like what their argument is. It's like the planet ain't going anywhere, so don't worry about it. It's Earth. Like, yeah, but what about me, dude? Like, what about us?
Kids,
like my kids, my grandkids. Like, what about future people? Like, we're just gonna leave it up to, hey, that's these fucking boomsticks. Oh, boomstick, my planet. I destroy. Who cares what happens after? Like, that's really how they are, though. It's just like, don't tell me about carbon. What the fuck? My dad's never taken a science class. I mean, he is a registered nurse, so he has taken more science classes than I have. But there are legitimate scientists that have proven global warming correct and proven that there's melting going on. There's tons of shit going on. I'm not one of those.
That don't matter.
I know, right? There's no argument. We all agree. Global warming is happening. It's a problem.
No, there are people that do not agree.
They're wrong.
No,
they're
they're
just wrong.
Yeah.
And my point
Unfortunately, a lot of them are the ones making decisions.
That sucks.
in
But
Congress.
yes,
Right.
and that's why we need a screaming advocate.
No, but we don't need screaming advocates, because I have a secret for everyone. They will die.
So the tweet that I was talking about earlier was that Trump had said something about her needing to like chill out and go see a movie. So she immediately changed her Twitter bio to just a regular teen that's about to go see a movie.
Yeah.
Or something, which I love.
Yeah.
I love the little bits of like digs.
I'm sure Greta's great.
Yeah.
I'm sure she's great. It's just about the person of the year.
Oh, get over it.
It's just such a virtue signal. It's just such a, we are time, and look how great we are. We gave it to this little girl who screamed in front of Congress about global warming. We did it. We were the ones who did it, you know. We didn't give it to someone else who maybe, I don't know, probably won a Nobel Peace. They give one out every year. Like, people definitely did. I mean, I'll look up all the persons of 2019.
I think all the persons of
Well, they
forever.
did. 2019 is the first time that they broke it up, didn't they? So Lizzo won Entertainer of the Year.
Oh.
I forgot.
She should have won, like, Advocate of the Year.
She should have won, like, Kid on a Boat of the Year.
I don't take a plane because it ruins my childhood. Like, she is over the top and without a doubt rehearsed by mom and
Really
dad.
good at impressions, huh?
You are.
Yeah, not too bad.
Yeah.
And she without a doubt reherrsed. And
You should be here for Halloween.
what I hope is that this is 100% her, and she's not just like, you know, kind of like you find out a few years later. She's like, my mom and dad wanted the views,
No,
but
I don't
gives a
think
shit
so.
about gold. Who gives a shit about the Can you imagine? He gets you on the side, and she's fucking got 6 straws in her plastic solo cup, just chunking it.
Oh my god.
All right. Congratulations, Greta Thunberg, on your win. I know I'm saying your last name wrong, but in all sincerity, no, I heard it was like Thunberg. Something like it has a different pronunciation.
Thunberg.
But again, that I probably made up too, so we'll put that on correction.
Yeah.
But
I feel like you're gonna be the king of corrections court.
In all, which is better than traditional media. So let me tell you, people, because they won't correct a goddamn thing. That's for sure. They're allowed to say whatever they want and never correct it. But no, in all seriousness, congratulations, Greta.
This is my favorite face of hers.
But she's spicy. She's
You
all
have
about
ruined my childhood.
ruined my childhood.
Now you do it.
I'm not doing that. I sound like a Valley girl, and then to impersonate that, it's not happening.
Come on, just go.
No.
You ruined my childhood.
Next topic.
If you comment and say that Maheen doesn't sound like a Valley girl and that she sounds nice, make sure if you're gonna comment on the YouTube page then that there's tons of hate for me so that Maheen knows that she sounds awesome. That's what I want to see in the comments.
I'm okay with sounding like a Valley girl. I've heard my voice for 30 years now. I'm getting used to it.
It's good. People love it. People love it, Maheen.
People like your voice.
All right, what's next? I'm sorry I interrupted.
I forgot what we were talking about.
I thought it was well deserving though.
I guess we should move on to today in memes.
Yeah, baby.
Baby Yoda.
Baby Yoda.
All right, so we're fired up on Baby Yoda this week.
Baby Yoda. There's so many different memes of Baby Yoda. This is one of my favorite ones. It's the Mandalorian says, "Close your eyes, bro." He's okay, bro. And then Mandalorian says, "Okay."
I see it. That's
What do you see, bro? Nothing. That's my life without you, bro. Oh my god. So
I don't see. The thing is, I have not seen The Mandalorian, which
You
is
don't
why I
You
love
don't, yeah.
the Today memes because it just brings up such hot topics.
I haven't seen The Mandalorian. I don't think I ever will. I'm sorry. I know it sounds like everyone's really enjoying it, but how could you not love this little face?
yeah.
No, I know. I love the face. I love the memes.
That's funny. I haven't seen that one.
Me looking at myself in the security camera at CVS.
It's just like
They're super funny.
staring at it.
They're super funny, but no, I've heard The Mandalorian's great. What did Bill Burr do on that? I heard that something like that. He was in it. Is he the Mandalorian?
No way.
Could you imagine?
I don't know. I forget who it is. But
Have you seen it?
yeah.
What is the Mandalorian? What is he?
So the word Mandalorian or Mandalorians is like a race of people in the Star Wars universe. They're known for their weapons, for being
It's also named
warriors,
the Back to the Future car.
for being warriors and all of
The
that.
DeLorean.
But their world is destroyed. They're separated people. They're basically going extinct. So now they're like bounty hunters.
Oh, okay. So they're a
So-
different, like, kind of like race than.
So yeah,
And this is set pre, right?
this is after.
Oh, it's after.
Yeah. So I think this is pre what's happening in the movies now. But
How is Baby
after.
Yoda?
Baby Yoda is not actually Yoda.
That's just the internet getting ignorant on it.
Well, there's nothing else to call him because he doesn't have a name. He's just a species of whatever Yoda is. Yoda's species doesn't have a name.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, they're like a mysterious species. Now I sound like a fucking nerd.
Nerd.
I actually do know a lot
You're
about
a
this
straight
shit.
up
Yeah.
Star Wars nerd.
Yeah,
I wish I could go off with you, but I can't. I'm the cutest thing ever. Furbies definitely. Furbies freak me out. I
They're so
definitely.
weird, right?
My beer you will
They're
hold.
pretty
That's so funny.
Very cool.
The freaking. I'm the cutest thing ever. My beer you will hold.
Oh my gosh.
What? Yeah, Furbies. I'm not a fan of Furbies. I never was. Click the old and the young one. What was it?
This one?
Freshman year, senior
Oh.
year. Damn, dude, Baby Yoda is much better looking than old Yoda. I didn't even really
He's
notice
900 years old here.
it. Is he 900 there?
In the Baby Yoda is 50 years old. So they live a long time. They age differently.
Slowly, they age very slowly.
Very slowly.
So how long do they live? When does Yoda supposed to...
Yoda dies after 900. So the
He
first
dies.
time
He gets killed, doesn't he?
no, he dies
From being old.
just from being old. He dies in his bed next to Luke Skywalker.
I probably have to go back
Way
and,
to ruin it.
watch this shit.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
The movie's
Spoiler
like
alert.
30 years old.
40 years old,
40
yeah.
years old.
It's been around me. And if you want to go back and watch it, we're so sorry to have
Honestly,
ruined it.
I don't.
That is so funny.
That's funny.
So yeah, so that's a good one. If you're listening, it's a picture of like the McLovin ID and old Yoda's on it and May Yoda, and then it says showing my fake ID to the bouncer, and then obviously it's the bouncer holding the old Yoda picture, looking at the baby Yoda. Somebody got a tatted,
No,
huh?
they did not.
Oh, of course.
Of the New Yorkie Baby Yoda.
The New York Baby Yoda with the North Face on, the Wu-Tang chain, and the freaking Yankee hat.
And Tim's.
And the Tim's, of course.
Where is it?
It's not even that big yet. Me seeing all those Baby Yoda posts, having never watched Star Wars. That's how I feel, dude. Dude, it's so funny. Yeah, how good memes can be. It's just kind of like hitting it on the head.
Facts. But yeah, this thing is exploding. They actually waited to release the show right now, and they waited to release all the merchandise till the show came out, and now that thing is selling.
Oh, I'm sure.
So smart.
I am sure.
Look at this thing.
So
These
smart.
people
Dude,
are
Baby
great.
Yoda t-shirts, and forget about those dolls. Those dolls, dude, if you're a big time doll collector, like, you're gonna get the Baby Yoda doll. Like, my uncle's into, like, toys and stuff. Like, he has G.I. Joe's, only collectible things and stuff. And
Yeah.
if he was doing Star Wars, he would be buying every one of these things.
Yeah.
Honestly, Baby Yoda needs to watch out because that Florida man, as soon as he's released out of jail.
Oh, he's fine.
Yeah.
Oh my god, as soon as that new Baby Yoda merch hits Target, dude,
Someone save
that Florida
Baby
fuck is gonna be
Yoda.
banging him. He is
Oh
gonna
my
be
God.
banging Baby Yoda. Somebody save him. Yeah. You can't make Baby Yoda plush if there's people out there fucking dolls. It's
Oh
not
my
safe.
God.
It's not safe out here for a doll
It's
in
not.
general.
How cute is that thing?
So cute. Me sitting with adults discussing about life be like. Yes, that's Baby
man.
Yoda.
All right, today in memes. That's a good one. Go check your local Twitter for 6 seconds. You'll see a picture of
You'll
him.
definitely see it.
Go on your Instagram
I
for
can't
4
find
minutes.
more of the New York with the North Face on, but those are
and you'll
hilarious.
get it. Yeah. I'll probably get that tatted on me. I'd wear it on a t-shirt. That's for sure.
For sure,
sure.
yeah.
New
Look at
York
your
Yoda.
t-shirt.
He went from I'll get it tatted to I'll wear it on a t-shirt.
Yeah, I won't get it tatted, but I will wear it on a
He
t-shirt.
barely knows what it is.
Yeah, I don't even know what it is. I'll wear it on a t-shirt though.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
What's next?
So the next one was Today in Rogan, but we don't
we don't even agree.
we
We
don't
don't even
agree
get the
that the
same
information-
facts off of it.
But so Joe Rogan, for the people who don't listen to Joe Rogan Experience, it's a great podcast. One of probably the top podcasts in the world.
it is the top podcast.
He had this author on that wrote a book that I should have wrote down the name of, but I didn't. But it's a
Oh
great
yeah, it
book.
was like
It's
Storms of the Summer or something like that, or Summer of the Storm.
crazy
It's
story about how the Comanches just ruled the middle of the country, Texas and that whole area, and what the life was for people kind of like going into their territory. Especially this one woman called Cynthia Ann Parker, who was 9 years old when she was abducted by the Comanche and taken in as a tribe member.
Okay.
So they don't.
Right.
They,
Well,
most
the
people
cool
they
story
kill.
about that, yeah, they would kill. So they basically, when they would take over, whether it's settling tribes or other Native American
raid-
tribes,
raid
they
villages.
raid, murder, and then take what they can take. And so they didn't have time, the guy said, for babies. They didn't have time for old people. So if you were a grown man, I mean, you were getting killed. But if you were in that 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, it's like you can carry yourself, and we're not trying to kill some little kid. So they would, like, that age would get lucky enough to kind of get brought in. And this girl got brought in.
Yeah.
And then, go ahead.
Yeah,
It's
there,
amazing.
From there, she completely assimilates to their life, their lifestyle. She, later on marries a chief or a warrior. Has children.
And one of her sons, yeah.
And one of her sons, is this mixed kid who completely, again, just grew up in that world, in that environment. Later on in life, she gets...
Well, her son, really quick, becomes the last great Comanche war hero of all
that's what
time,
I'm saying.
and actually is in a parade. There's pictures of him online in a parade with Teddy Roosevelt after the reservation clauses were made, and they kind of like, and the Native Americans were left, with what they were left with after the final Comanche. Well, the Comanches were a tribe; they were like the last ones. And the coolest thing, another cool thing, and then you finish with the lady, because that was ridiculous shit.
She's a nuts story.
Yeah, her story is crazy. But the Texas Rangers came from having to kill these Comanche. That's why they have that 5-shot. So there's stories that these guys could shoot bow and arrows under the horse's neck. They could shoot it on the run. They could shoot multiple arrows, quick as couple every 2 seconds. And that the even though that the white man, or whatever you want to call it, he had guns, but it wasn't enough. They were severely underarmed, yeah, in fights with them, until the Colt shooter, whatever he called it, the 5-shot Colt, the Patterson Colt. It was the first 5-shot pistol, so they could put 10 shots, boom, and that was when like they figured out that they could do it. So the Texas Rangers were really a group of guys who learned to hide and defend against the Comanches. Like, they used to do cold camps and shit. He was saying, like, never light a fire. The Comanches smell it out to get you in the middle of the night. And so these guys, like, were trained to just protect Texas, basically, from whatever part. And then eventually, when the Comanche, you know, whatever happened with them, and they were, like, set away, the Rangers became just, you know, the Texas Rangers that we know now. Walker. Now then they Chuck Norris. Then they became Chuck Norris.
Texas
but it really just started as defense against these Comanches, who were just some of the greatest warriors ever.
Of all time,
yeah. But tell about the lady,
So this woman, you know, grows up in this environment, has children with this chief. Eventually they're, you know...
This is her?
Yeah, this is her.
Fuck, she was straight up Indian.
Fuck
Native American, but yes, go ahead.
She was a white girl.
Yeah.
She's a white lady.
She was taken in, right? And
she became straight up Native American,
So eventually the Americans or you know, whatever, the police or the Rangers, they find them, and she had to say, hey, I'm a white lady, for not to get killed by them.
Wow.
Yeah.
And they find her kids, and they take her in, and she tried to escape multiple times from them to go back to the Indians.
Yeah, she didn't want to. She wanted to re-assimilate, and they said her whole entire life she never re-assimilated. She just could not get rid of.
But you think about that lifestyle, though. You're hunting, you're gathering, you're surviving.
You're self-sufficient.
And like you're just part of this community of just nature.
It's just like because
it's an intense conversation that they have.
Oh yeah, it's a great podcast. I would just advise going to look at it. But my thoughts on it, I guess, you know, which is like, is just like, I agree. I think it is so cool. If they would have took me in at 9 or 10, like, I wouldn't probably want to go back either. Yeah. And because I also think on the other end of it, where I'm like, you know, happy to have been wherever my family came from, and that we had bigger technology, and we ended up being here, you know, because I'm thankful. And a lot of people, you know, when we talk about this, like Native Americans and blah, 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 hopefully one thing people get from this show is that life is about a lot of tough decisions and a lot of bad decisions and a lot of evil stuff that happened, and it all kind of accumulates to where we are now. It's just our job to kind of get better at it, but I think it's stupid to not talk about it and to like, and like almost like when people at Thanksgiving like try to pretend like we shouldn't even celebrate a day like that, whatever. That's like a whole topic for another day. Yeah, a whole topic for another day. But I would have preferred to probably stay with them, even though I would say now I wouldn't. Like, I'm happy I'm here 2019.
Yeah, I mean, when you go through that for your entire life, like, that's what you know, that's what you're comfortable with. And honestly, like, she probably, I mean, she was the wife of a chief. Her son was a warrior. Like, she's living a life. Yeah. You know,
well, I mean, they said she tanned buffalo hides when they found her, so she was filthy. They weren't very clean. There was no life. Because, especially with the Comanches, that was one thing they made. There were other ones.
Brutal.
They were very brutal. They were a smaller group. He was saying, like, the, I don't want to have an extra correction, so I don't know which he was saying, but I think maybe the Sioux, I'm going to say it anyway, the Sioux Indians were like the tall, beautiful, dark, like what you picture of a Native American, where they had a lot bigger headdresses and they really did a lot more. These Comanches were basically, they were a smaller group. They're just the size of them as a person population, and they were the best on a horse. That's what they figured out, how to bear and break horses better than anyone else, and shoot off a horse better than everyone else. So as terms of war, no one could mess around with it, and they ended up being the last of the Great Plains Indians there. Yeah. But the point is that they didn't really do stuff like that. There was no like huge hierarchy. Yeah, war veterans were respected, but they just trained the next guy, like trained the next kid who got out there, and they were talking about how like the life of a 15-year-old boy, a Comanche, was just probably the greatest life ever, because you don't have really any responsibility to do anything but hunt. You know, you're not going to go to war yet. Your job's not really to be the provider yet. It's to learn how to hunt.
Right.
So you're just spending your whole day hanging out with your boys, shooting and learning how to hunt, and with no rules.
Riding
Nobody's going to
horses
tell you
and shooting
anything.
arrows.
Riding horses, and there's no bedtimes or nothing. Like you're going to get better at what you're going to do, what you're going to go. And there's something to be said for that. Like
Nicholas Saint Bernard Pierre as a fucking Native American. Imagine that.
Do you know,
Oh
I
my God.
almost slammed my hand into my mouth, but I refrained from it.
What?
He got it.
He's just, because he says ridiculous things, I know.
No, I almost did the that thing.
Oh no!
But like I caught myself, but my hand almost
Thank
automatically
God.
did it. Thank God I didn't do it. But yeah, could you imagine this Comanche freaking warrior? But there is something to be said to remove all this nonsense. Like, I mean, just setting this goddamn thing up is a pain in the ass. You know, just like being in nature and that being all there is, and that being kind of like what you use to get by, and like respecting it more. You know, respecting what nature can do. Because clearly the baby boomers don't, especially the ones on the right. They don't respect nature one bit. No, I'm only kidding with the boomers. I'm sorry, boomers. I'm sorry to a lot of people today. So I'm in a mood
Greta.
today. Yeah, poor Greta. Jesus, but I did congratulate her at the end.
He did.
And
He
you're not
just
gonna
said, fuck Time magazine.
yeah, fuck Time magazine, right? And that I stand by. But you know they're the boomers. Well, I forgot what I was just gonna say now. I can't remember.
I have one last thing to go over.
Yeah.
The Peloton commercial.
Oh my goodness.
What the fuck was I just saying?
I'll give you time to think about
I
it.
was just thinking of you trying to shoot arrows on a horse.
I'll be sick.
If he's been doing it his whole life, I can see Nick being great at it.
You think I'd be good at it?
Yeah.
Yeah, if I started as a kid, I would probably be pretty good at it. I'll probably be just like I am in life. I probably would have gotten bored at it.
And then just stop.
Yeah, probably be unkillable. Like, all the guys who are really good at it, they probably would be like, yo, don't fuck with Nick. But he's not the best now because he quit years ago. Told his dad to fuck off. He's not shooting arrows anymore. I don't think he shot an arrow in 20 years.
Are we going to do Beanie's Corner as our last topic?
Woo!
So,
one of our favorites.
This is the Peloton woman, the Peloton lady, the Peloton girl, whatever. The commercial that came out for Peloton bikes. So there was a little bit of controversy. So should we watch the commercial first, and then we'll talk about it?
Yeah, let's watch the commercial first because I don't even know what you're talking about.
Perfect.
Liberty, liberty, liberty.
Little shout out to Liberty.
Should we like spring for?
No,
Yeah,
we should
yeah.
I'll get it.
try to cut those things off as quick as possible so we can claim on
It's
everything.
the
we're
commercial
talking
for
about.
a trendy exercise bike that is head spinning
Oh, this is not the
in the
commercial. Or is
TV
it
ad.
commercial?
We could do that.
No, I don't want to see what their opinion. No. I want to see the commercial
Oh, it's this
and
one,
make
it's
my
this
own
one, it's
opinion.
this
A Peloton? Give it up for our first time ride.
Right, first ride. I'm a little nervous, but excited. Let's do this. 5 days in a row. You surprised? I am. 6 a.m.
Let him do it.
Rising with the sun.
That was totally worth it.
Let's go race Boston 50 ride.
She just said my name. A year ago, I didn't realize how much this would change me. Thank you.
This holiday, give the gift of Peloton.
I don't even get it.
Okay, so what do you think the controversy is for this commercial?
It sucks. It doesn't make any sense.
The,
Can you
where
tell me what-
her husband gives her this Peloton bike,
Mm-hmm.
and then she goes through this whole year of using it, and she feels good at the end.
Wait.
So what's the problem?
Wait.
What do you think the
Oh,
problem
so
is?
at the end was them watching the. Oh, they were watching the video.
Like a year ago.
Yeah, skip to like the end.
Okay.
I didn't understand the end. I don't even get the
The end is
commercial. I
just
can't
watch-
even give you an
Give the
opinion.
gift of Peloton. Okay.
One more time.
So wait, the whole thing?
No, I mean just what I'm supposed
So,
to. Alright.
so she gets the bike in the beginning, and then it's a whole year of her
Yeah,
using
yeah, no, I
it, and
got
then a
it.
video compilation of her reactions.
Right, they were watching that the next year at Christmas.
So
It was like-
why is this commercial so controversial, do you think?
It was Christmas?
Okay. No. Go ahead, tell them.
So basically, people were.
I'm in a
some
rare
people-
mood. I don't know.
No, it's okay.
Just
You
listen.
wanna
No,
just-
you're not. You're
Just
gonna
listen.
think
I'm
this
gonna
is
lose
ridiculous.
my mind.
No, you're not. Well, maybe. It's just ridiculous, honestly. It's not like angry. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah. So people are like, why is this skinny woman being gifted a workout bike by her husband? Like she's already skinny, right? So that's it. That's it. That's it.
That's basically the controversy, right? People were like,
I'm
yeah.
So, I mean, whatever.
The fat lady who's upset about that. If you sit on that bike, that thing will fucking me through the bottom floor. That's why.
Exactly. I feel like they couldn't pick a larger person because then that would be like, well, why do you have to lose weight? Body positivity.
Well, there's a thing in your brain that when you see something that's off, it just triggers that it's fake or there's something going wrong. And if they stuck a big monster on that bike, we would not watch the commercial, and it wouldn't look like it works.
I took away from the commercial that she just got fit, and she, just because you're skinny doesn't mean you're fit. She got healthy. She started doing exercise.
Because some people are bigger, and when they're fit, they are gonna look bigger than someone. And there are people who are skinny, and when they're fit, they need to get bigger. And there's people who are really, bigger bone, and then they're fit, they get skinnier. So that is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
So listen.
So all that's fair. But because people became all up in arms about this, and because this woman's face became so recognizable really quickly, Ryan Reynolds, shout out to my celebrity crush, Ryan Reynolds, Ryan Reynolds capitalized on it real quick.
We'll get him.
He has a whiskey brand, Okay, cool. So it's called Aviation. So he took this girl, put her in a commercial that he created for his whiskey, and let's watch that real quick. So same girl,
He's the same girl.
Just the friends.
This gin is really smooth. Yeah. We can get you another one if you like. You're safe here. To new beginnings.
To new beginnings.
It's gonna be a fun night. Here you go. Take this too. Really?
Great, by the way. So, again, creating this commercial, bringing her into it. Everyone's saying, okay, well, you're safe here. It's going to be a fun night.
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds is gin. Aviation gin.
Basically taking this woman away from her husband, away from the bike. Don't worry about the fit life. Let's drink tonight, right? Like, that's the goal of this commercial. Don't worry about your
husband who's, like, putting you on this bike. And,
right? Like,
making you do this exercise,
So it's just kind of, like, using the fact that this, like, stirred up controversy with the girl. Face became recognizable. I had never heard of Aviation gin before. I didn't even know it was gin until the second now.
Oh, I love it. It's genius,
Right?
Yeah.
Just,
he just got a free plug on our podcast, so if you buy Aviation gin, make sure you use, I don't know, code word today in Millenia.
He's got almost 5 million views on this thing. I've never heard of just gin before.
And people are going to start using it now.
You just got a couple extra hundred, so if you got an extra bottle, Ryan Reynolds, send it over.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Email us today, Millenia.
No, but I loved the fact that he just went for it as soon as it started happening. And by the way, I haven't seen the other Peloton ad on
I think it's genius. That, right? Yeah, what I kind of got is like, oh, this poor girl, like, just go get drunk, right? Because she's so fucked over the.
Well, your husband's a dick, and.
Oh, that's what they were saying in the beginning.
Yeah, like your husband got you this bike, even though you still look good.
Oh, she was like upset about it. Yeah. I just I mean, it makes sense. I'm not really surprised at this week's Beanie Corner. Not as surprised as taint tanning. That's for damn sure. Taint tanning threw me for a loop. But I'm not surprised, but I just think that it makes sense. I mean, people are offended by everything. That's why I went so hard today, because I want to offend people. That's what I'm trying to do. And I'm trying to also prove that, like, you shouldn't really be offended. Like, who cares what my stupid ass thinks about Greta? Who cares what I think about what this Peloton thinks about who they should put on their bike or whatever. Like, this is, like, nobody even buys that shit anymore. But Peloton, I know, has, like, the class and it goes everything and whatever. And it's probably good. And I just think it's ridiculous because it's like they're just, it's almost like an awakening of virtue signal. It's like an awakening because forever only fit people have been on Bowflex commercials, and Chuck Norris did the Total Body commercial. And this has been going on since, as they say, time immemorial, I think is what the saying is, right? Yeah. Is that what their saying is?
I don't
Some people say that. Old people, boomsticks, say that shit.
Boomsticks.
Time immemorial. But yeah, it's always been happening. It's like the newest generation of just offended social justice virtue signal about everything.
No matter what.
But it's like they just saw this commercial. This is the first commercial they've ever seen where it all clicked, like it all fired on all cylinders.
It's true though.
Why is there a skinny girl on the bike? Like, because they pump these.
Yeah, sure.
It's ridiculous.
How else do you
now
promote your Peloton?
I'm thinking about that guy with the ponytail for the Giselles. Do you remember him?
Yeah.
Super.
Oh no, the Gazelle was something else.
I don't know.
Whatever it was, I remember a guy.
But yes,
yeah.
that guy used to do that, right?
But this just, I mean, it's a female, so it's a big deal, right? But, I mean, again.
Is it though?
I mean, I don't
Is
know.
it?
It became enough of a big deal where I haven't seen that commercial play anywhere.
They
And
took
I
it
saw
down,
a
yeah.
completely new one with, like, cars and something.
Yeah, well, I hate that. Just like destroying people's, like, just like, oh, take it down, and oh, this guy's the worst guy ever, like, over just doing, like you can't tie, like, a body of work into, like, one person's opinion.
No,
like,
for sure.
I just, like, enough with this 7 people on Twitter are offended, so now we have to get, like, ostracize this guy or ixnay this commercial.
Yeah.
Like, it's getting ridiculous. Like, it's getting ridiculous. Good thing I'm not on a traditional media platform. I would never be able to speak again. But I think that, you know, that's such a good point. Like, a perfect ending, too, as well. Full circle here at Today in Millenia, the most important podcast in the world. No, but like, it's important on the podcast that, like, that we make sure that we don't do that. Like, I don't want anyone to agree with me because they feel like they're supposed to, or agree with you because they feel like they're supposed to, or whatever. Like, you should make your own decisions on what's going on. And another thing is that majority of people don't feel that way. Like, it's a vocal minority. Like, it's just a few people feel like that. But because of media and what social media can do, and like how harmful it can be, and how hurtful like comments and all that stuff can be, they'll take the commercial down for 150,000 people. Meanwhile, they want 5 million of them watch just this gin commercial that was a spin-off of it. You know what I mean? So such a tiny percentage of the people that have a problem with these things cause it to just disappear, and it's getting out of hand. But you know what? I think it's getting old. I think it's getting old for a lot of people.
I didn't think so.
I think even the originally offended are now being offended by how offended the newly offended have become.
It's like a fanception.
It's a fanception. So yeah, let me see if I can go back through that one more time. So the original offended are now becoming offended by how offended the newly offended actually are. Like, they're getting the original virtue signals are now offended by the new ones. Like, you can't be that offended. You're not allowed to be that offended. Like, give us a break already. You can be that offended, but not that offended. And it'll stop eventually. I think people are getting sick of it. People are getting bored of it. I remember one guy on Rogan said that he was like a big time like social justice warrior. Like, as soon as you do something wrong, I'm gonna rip you to pieces.
There's just so many outlets for people, though.
Well, no. What he said was that he fucked up, and then all of his people that would rally behind him as he attacked others they turned on him. And when he felt the magnitude of the hate, he like changed the whole way he thought about everything. He's like I thought about, like, was I actually offended, or did I just enjoy making people feel bad about maybe a mistake that they did?
Right.
And the truth is that he says, at least, now I'm not saying it's everyone, I'm not saying every person who hates the Peloton commercial is trying to make people feel bad, but I think that a lot of this offended thing, it's not that they're offended. If you really look at these situations, I guess we're getting a little deep. I always said we were going to end on a light note, but if you're really going to look at these situations, a lot of times a person offended is actually using the fact that the offense as a reason to make fun of someone else or kind of bully someone else for the way that they act, right? It's almost like, oh, Peloton, who do you think you are for trying to sell a good machine? I'm offended now. Like, you're bullying. Like, they don't know, it's not bullying because Peloton's the bigger company, right? So you can't really bully up. But once a couple million people gather around this story, that's what it is. It's bullying. Whether you're offended and you feel like that person was wrong or not, that's bullying. And they're the biggest bullies out. And the same people who are like, oh, I hate bullies, Trump's a bully. Like, it's sad, honestly. Like, we're in a sad state right now is where we're at. A scary time is where we're at right now. Same people. Go ahead.
I think it's funny.
It is funny. It is funny, but it is a form of bullying.
I mean, I think anyone can be offended about anything.
You can, but to try to destroy someone else's life over it.
For sure. But I love the fact that Ryan Reynolds capitalized on this, made a commercial, and again.
No, and listen, and I hope they don't go after him. I hope they leave him alone, old Ryan Reynolds.
Oh my God, they will.
Oh no, they're praising him for this because he's used that situation to use.
Yeah, but is he kind of mocking it?
He's
mocking the offense.
He's just kind of riding the coattails of that. Because if you would have used that same girl 5 months from now,
yeah,
nobody would have fucking remembered. But
Nobody
it's
would
like
care.
hot in social media now, and he just.
Oh,
kinda,
genius by him.
But
Yeah. Until they started tagging him, Ryan Reynolds is and they might leave him alone. He's too insane.
America's sweetheart he is.
To me, he is.
You just said that. You just made that up.
I
Just made that up. So, meme proclaimed him America's sweetheart. But I like Ryan Reynolds. I like the commercial. I get it. I didn't even understand the thing first time
No,
I
I
watched
was
it.
watching your face.
I
and
didn't
I'm
even
like,
get
he's
it.
gonna get mad.
He was just like, oh, because of the TV.
Because it's Christmas. Oh, because Christmas. Because Christmas is offensive. You know that, right? I mean, Christmas is super offensive. Whenever I say that, and it's so funny because we just had a whole conversation about how our only Muslim hosts who love setting up Christmas decorations,
I do.
but
It's fun.
Christmas is offensive too. You can get offended by anything. I'm offended by Time Magazine, to be quite honest with you. Time Magazine has offended me deeply, and I'm going to take to Twitter right after we leave here today. So, yeah, I'm going to take to Twitter and let them know that I don't think Greta should have won. I think I'm offended by this.
I'll retweet you.
Yeah, you'll retweet me? I'm not going to tweet that. I'm really not going to tweet anything.
I wasn't going to retweet you.
Do we have anything left?
Nope, that's it.
All right.
That's it.
That's it. Hope you guys had fun. I tried to curse less. I hope I did a good job. I tried to cut people off a little less. I was pretty mean today. I was in a weird mood. I was really ripping on people, huh? The
You
poor
didn't drink
boomers.
You did it. It's probably because you
No
were
Red Bull?
hydrated.
Yeah, no real. I mean, I didn't fucking tan my taint last night, this morning,
yeah.
and I didn't have enough energy.
Of energy.
I started getting tired, and I started getting a little pissy. So I was a little pissy today, and I'm sorry about that. Shouldn't lose my attitude.
No problem, Nick. It's okay.
It's all right. All right, guys. Well, thank you for listening. The song that took us in and the song that's taking us out is by one of our very own. We can't give you his real name. We're not allowed to do that. But he goes by the moniker Fame. The song is called Dreams. We loved it, so we're and plus we don't. He lent us the rights, so we don't have to pay for it. So that's a big plus for us. And yeah, no, I think like that's what we were saying is that anybody who wants to send something in, has a company that they're starting to launch. We're not like the comedians, like we don't have a platform already, so we're down to help out. I think people who want a platform. I'd rather that be our original ads than whatever iTunes decides to throw at us, because that's how they're going to do it. So if you have anything you want to throw a promo code on top, today in Millenia, we'll work something out. We'd love to throw it on there, but we will play you out with our boy here as I stand up and turn that off. And I'm wondering if we should keep it in, me standing up, turning it off every single time. So thanks for listening, guys. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
It was all good just a week ago, and then I spent all my money over the weekend. So